Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, transliteration, our Father.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, just the same. YHWH, 4 letters found in Dead Sea Scroll caves. Romans 10:13, whoever so calls on that name, the same shall be saved. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive these debtors. Stultifying us creditors, Esau playing editor, defacing artifacts, showing true Jews had melanin. Finna call Chris Hansen in to catch these spiritual predators who pervert depictions of the Son of Man's skin. But let the dust settle in and wait for Yahweh Shai to crack that dome as the sweetest metronome. To hear that so far from the sky, praying for forgiveness of sin. Ain't no retry. I'm praying that that gulf in the end isn't so far between you and I. I'm praying for 12 tribes to combine under the commandments of the Most High as I face the east and say his prayer every sunrise.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language.
Now it's Shabbat Shemayim. My heart is crying. Israel is dying in sin. I am wondering, when will this horrific rule of Edomites will end? Time's prophecy. A T-girl waves a cock at me. I rebuke them for hate speech. They wanna lock up me, but there ain't no way they stopping me from dropping these bombs of truth. Chosen people worshiping Zeus, calling him Jesus. He's really Caesar. Bullshit. I prophesied to Israel. 2/3 can't hear. They are bowers, trappers, and pimps of the year. Fly guys, Benjamin be on that, I. Selassie, Molly got dreads high. Not from Kwam Yasha Allah. Birds fly up and try to holler. Leg, arm, con. That spells Allah, the power. What will you do in that final hour when the sky is cracked by that woolly hair, black Yahweh Shai? Gun in my face, death in my eye. Life or death, live or die. Murdered by my own con. Life or death, live or die. Murdered by my own con.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, in the gates thereof the language.
It's massive killing, boom, boom. There ain't no Thanksgiving. Yahweh willing, you will see why your words can't hurt me. You jive turkey, you've been chilling with a Edomite woman, ate a piece of a pie, caught syphilis and genital herpes. You hate sisters, you got screwed, little mister. Not trying to dish ya, this should really uplift ya with the ruah. If you knew what I just said, you would want to step to it. You refuse to, you a sucker, like a hooker, you just blew it. Lollipop, and I knew it. TDOC recordings, this crew is spiritual lyrics. Debtors wanna sue us. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, our Father which art in heaven.
And be not conformed to this world,
but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Remix. Worldly Negroes, they have the world. When the spirit now I can.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
I'm talking to those worldly Negroes. Can't tell them nothing. Too big of an ego. Idolized rappers. Getting caught behind Rico. More to life than 10 commandments. How many you know? More to life than bust downs and dime hoes. More to life than Louis belts and Gucci clothes. Expand your thoughts. Past a 10-block city zone. Beefing over property you don't even own. Ready to shoot at ops while it's ruthless cops get away with murder. Eye for eye for Jake, but police brutality, you don't hear no burners. I'm my brother's keeper, speaking to another man's wife. Are you a cheater? Brother transgress against you. Speak up man to man. Man of Yahweh, that's how you stand.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
True disciples of Christ, just birth hip-hop a future. Worldly Negro spit gibberish, dilute your mind with pollution, should be a crime. Each time a worldly Negro rhyme, in the Borea, mommies be like,
Kahan tells a dog he's so cute though. We love you, Poppy. Te quiero mucho.
the man's wanna shoot, so I let him know, I'm not sweating your red, this is righteous rebuke, bro.
Tells the dog what set you claiming.
TDOC is neutral, Yahuwah's unit, and we're slinging salvation. When the spirit now, they look at us like spacemen. We speak truth to nations, haters keep on hating. Hip-hop heads are waiting for our next album to fly, like it's the second coming of Yahweh Shah. Worldly Negroes bust guns, believers look to the sky. Evil E's advertising pussy, less than in hissing. Want a high-value man, but can't get this one. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, for all your upliftment. Worldly Negroes got paralysis if you're not feeling this, son.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
Worldly Negroes sling them things. Bad birds fly south for the winter and get banged. Sexually exposed on social media, man. A man gets bagged. The same chick he had is getting stabbed by another wealthy deadbeat dad. Homo thugs let their pants hang below their ass in gangs. Get locked up. His BM gets knocked up. Kane, that's the game. Better accept this truth. Stop chasing worldly fame. You can sell your soul, but you can't buy your way into heaven. Better repent before Amos 8 and 11. Forgive your brother 70 times 7. It's puzzling G how you abhorred me. Stand on squares and talk astrology. Why can't more see? No stars astronomical as me.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
Worldly Negro. Say viva. Huh? And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Remix. Worldly Negroes. They have the world. When the spirit now I can.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
I'm talking to those worldly Negros. Can't tell them nothing. Too big of an ego. Idolized rappers. Getting caught behind Rico. More to life than 10 commandments. How many you know? More to life than bust downs and dime hoes. More to life than Louis belts and Gucci clothes. Expand your thoughts. Past a 10-block city zone. Beefing over property you don't even own. Ready to shoot at ops while it's ruthless cops. Get away with murder. Eye for eye for Jake, but police brutality, you don't hear no burners. I'm my brother's keeper, speaking to another man's wife. Are you a cheater? Brother transgress against you. Speak up man to man. Man of Yahweh, that's how you stand.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
True disciples of Christ, just birth hip-hop a future. Worldly Negro spit gibberish. Dilute your mind with pollution. Should be a crime. Each time a worldly Negro rhyme. In the Boreal, mommies be like.
Kahan tells the dog he's so cute though. We love you, Poppy. Te quiero mucho.
The man's wanna shoot, so I let him know. I'm not sweating your rib. This is righteous rebuke, bro.
Tells the dog what set you claiming.
TDOC is neutral, Yahuwah's unit, and we're slinging salvation. When the spirit now, they look at us like spacemen. We speak truth to nations, haters keep on hating. Hip-hop heads are waiting for our next album to fly, like it's the second coming of Yahweh Shah. Worldly Negroes bust guns, believers look to the sky. Evil E's advertising pussy, less than in hissing. Want a high-value man, but can't get this one. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, for all your upliftment. Worldly Negroes got paralysis if you're not feeling this, son.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
Worldly Negroes sling them things. Bad birds fly south for the winter and get banged. Sexually exposed on social media, man. A man gets bagged. The same chick he had is getting stabbed by another wealthy deadbeat dad. Homo thugs let their pants hang below their ass in gangs. Get locked up. His BM gets knocked up. soul, but you can't buy your way into heaven. Better repent before Amos 8 and 11. Forgive your brother 70 times 7. It's puzzling G how you abhor me. Stand on squares and talk astrology. Why can't more see? No stars astronomical as me.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
Revelations 14 verse 1. Then I looked and behold, on Mount Zion stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written in their foreheads. 144,000 of elect men, 144,000 Yahushua's weapons, 144,000 of truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not defiled but women. When that final trumpet sounds, that is the third woe. Judges would be slaves, also the Pope. For pedophilia, he swings on the rope. 2/3 would perish, broke Deuteronomy coast. White Jesus can't save it, Caesarea is exposed. Swords dipped in blood, reapers kicking in your doors. Your Edomite wife gets her lights turned out. Mighty men of Yahuwah run up in your house. Ottoman Turks beheaded, not a soul will flee. Judgment for what you did in 1453. Constantinople, Edomites have no hope, bro. Wives getting ravished, husbands like, oh no. Santa's really Satan, pimp you like a hoe. Just scrambled the letters. Angel making it to heaven with your sons and daughters. Worshipping the devil, call Santa Claus. I bet my last bars, cause you're shocking or confuse most of your eating medium rare meat. Boy, you're not Esau. Catholic priests are creeps. A Kabbalah of freaks, mostly homosexuals. Alexander the Greek. Shema means listen when the Kahan speaks. Words are didactic, isn't it erratic? You trust these savages, still cause you damage. Kwam Yasha, our royal family is sick from Satan's Christianity. Priests and preachers sucking little boys' dicks. Homosexual by nature, and Cameron's a bitch. 32nd of Deuteronomy. Don't want the truth, and then don't listen to me. The time draws near the second coming. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 Yahushua's weapons. 144,000 of truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not defiled but women. Not a part of the feminist takeover plan. Masculine, well endowed, speech strong like a man. Warrior, George Jackson, white women make me jackal. Job 30 verse 5, read down from that, bro. This history is heavy than pun and Fat Joe. Destruction draws near 144. Boom, 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 death's knocking at your door. Women sexually sinning, will be burning and trembling. Play the horse, seduce wicked men. Government can't stop it. Chariots shoot rockets, Edomites #1. On our watch list, the hypocrisy is an atrocity. 144,000 of Yahuwah's seed. Kahan Tazada, 143,000. The best of men, bring death to them that act deaf and dumb. When I prophesy to him, too late to repent. repent. Nothing can save you. Apocalypse. This is Revelation. Final destruction. Will Yahushua save some? Obadiah say it won't be none. Eric gonna resurrect it. Owen policemen decapitate heads like Medusa. Play sucker with the head. America Vespucci. No sunshine. Dark day, black night. 144,000 really hear black Christ. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 Yahushua's weapons. 144,000 are truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not the foul but women. Revelation 7 verse 4 says 144,000 of all of the tribes of the children of Israel were still of this group. 12,000 came from each tribe, with the exception of the tribe of Dan. 144,000 purified women. These are all men undefiled, not touched by women. Galatians 13 verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Apocalypse, Revelation. Remix. Apocalypse, Revelations, Second Coming.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make 'em lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. Power makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make 'em lean like the Eiffel.
Your Holy Spirit descended upon me in a dream. I witnessed biblical prophecy, demolishing Christianity, Islamic and all worldly philosophies. Alas, TDOC is debating government scholars with doctorate and PhDs. Truth crushed theology. Grab your swords, follow me. The beast with 7 heads arise from the sea, symbolically to 7 European countries. Defeated the beast, embraced the crown. The beast wore 10 crowns, 10 kings of European Union. The archangel Gabriel came down, engaged in the battle with evil forces all around. Massive bloodshed in the final war. Death to 2/3 of Negroes that held Cesare Borgia, Michael, and 144,000 proud men. Tempers arousing. Satan is warehousing. Sinners judged by the Son of Man. Bloody garment, swords in hand. The sun suddenly ceased to shine. The moon was covered with blood like red wine. 3 inverted number 9s equate 666 in the palms and on the forehead of those minds who fell victim to Esau's tricks. Revelations 19:11. Christ eliminating old Saint Nick, also known as the devil and the arch deceiver. Souls that used to ridicule and make mockery of Kahan TDOC want to be believers. Inasmuch as you did not to the least of these, the Most High will not receive you. You've lived your entire life wicked and foul. Welcome to hell. Feel the apocalypse now.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make 'em lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. Power makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make 'em lean like the Eiffel.
Apocalypsis, 2/3 hit with death kiss. Last Nazarene we don't miss. Sword fully loaded. You walked away from this truth, folded on your how, and expect to make it to the kingdom? Ha, think it's funny till them chariots come down. Wicked smiles turn to frowns when Revelations is fulfilled. It's Yah's will that you hear these warnings, so take heed or be cleaved unto Satan's seed.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make 'em lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. Power makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't
crush your whips. When that day hits, sinners get blitzed. True believers given the gift of superpower. Con, that's lit. Fast and pray. You move too fast and play games with your whore, like dung bodies lay on the pavement. Judgment's nothing to play with. Scoffers will stare in amazement as their family and friends get beheaded. Too late for grace to save them. Can't wait to slay them. Should've repented and changed your ways, son of man, with sword in hand. Seen in the clouds, screams are loud. Disbeliever souls taken by demons now. This is Revelations. Every nation's filled the apocalypse now. Wow, pow pow, guns, modern day swords. Sinners in by men of the Lord, like prisoners in a whorehouse. We go hard, jack off them burners, hitting all of your apocalypse. Revelations 13 verse 8. And all that dwell upon.
Shabbat Shalom. Let's get someone to read something from the Torah. Since it is the Shabbat, should always read something from the Torah. By the way, you can get this music from TDOCrecordings.com. Let's go ahead and get something from the Torah. Shalom.
Shalom. Gone. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11. Do not steal, do not lie, do not deceive one another, and do not swear falsely by my name, and so profane the name of your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Do not oppress your neighbor or rob him. The wages of him who is hired is not to remain with you all night until morning. Do not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block before the blind, but fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Do no unrighteousness in right ruling. Do not be partial to the poor or favor the face of the great, but rightly rule your neighbor in righteousness. Do not go slandering among your people. Do not stand against the blood of your neighbor. I am Yahuwah. Do not hate your brother in your heart. Reprove your neighbor for certain, and bear no sin because of him. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the children of your people, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahuwah. Guard my laws. Do not let your livestock mate with another kind. Do not sow your field with mixed seed, and do not put a garment woven of two sorts of thread upon you. And when a man has intercourse with a woman who is a female servant, engaged to a man, and who has not at all been ransomed nor redeemed, there should be an inquiry. But they are not put to death because she was not free. And he shall bring his guilt offering to Yahuwah to the door of the tent of meeting, a ram as a guilt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering before Yahuwah for his sin which he has done. And the sin which he has sinned shall be forgiven him. And when you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall reckon their fruit as uncircumcised. For 3 years it is as uncircumcised to you. It is not eaten. And in the 4th year, all its fruit is set apart, praises to Yahuwah. And in the 5th year, you eat its fruit, so that it increases its yield to you. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Do not eat meat with the blood. Do not practice divination or magic. Do not round the corner of your head, nor destroy the corner of your beard. And do not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, or put tattoo marks on you. I am Yahuwah. Do not profane your daughter by making her a whore, so that the land does not whore, and the land becomes filled with wickedness. Guard my Shabbats and reverence my set-apart place. I am Yahuwah. Do not turn to mediums, and do not seek after spiritists to be defiled by them. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Rise up before the gray-headed, and you shall favor the face of an old man, and shall fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. And when a stranger sojourns with you in your land, do not oppress him. Let the stranger who dwells among you be to you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Do no unrighteousness in right ruling, in measurement of length and weight, or in measuring liquids. Have right scales, right weights, a right afar and a right hin. I am Yahuwah your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, and you shall guard all my laws and all my right rulings, and do them. I am Yahuwah.
Okay. So what was that you was reading? So they don't know.
Leviticus chapter 19.
All right, so we're gonna talk about 144,000. David, are you familiar with the 144,000? If so, who are they? Elder David. Okay, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was multitasking.
I mean, if you don't, I get it. If you don't know the answer, just pretend you can't hear. I get it a lot, David. No problem.
Okay, so there's 144,000, and I want to tell you that I want to be one of the 144,000. Now, in the last days.
Oh, hold on. You said you're one of the 144,000?
Well, yes, but if that's up to Hamashiach. He's going to do.
Well, no, you just said you was one of the 144,000, right? You do realize these are elect men, right?
Yes. That's
okay,
like
go ahead. Be careful, David. Be very careful.
It's just like that young man just said. It's going to be the older people. So I'm holding on.
The scriptures doesn't say anything about that, David. You got to stop adding, this your own doctrine in the scriptures. What does 144,000 say anything about the scripture being old people?
Emphasis added. Okay, so I want to be one of the 144,000. And the 144,000, they're actually, supposed to be virgins. But calm down. I can understand where the con is coming from, because a virgin is probably not an older person. And if an older person is a virgin, okay, that's going to be quite unique. So I see where the Kahan is. I'm coming from. Now, so the 144,000, oh my, are going to be people who are single, and they're going to be.
Okay, stop right there, David, because you're scoffing. We're going to move on to the next person, because nothing like that is stated in the scriptures. If you don't know, it's better to say you don't know. Barak Shah, who is the 144,000? Who are these people spoken of? The 144,000.
I'm not exactly sure, as I'm new, but I'm.
All right, let's move on to the next one. You don't know. Let's move to the next one. Roger that. General Yashabin, who is the 144,000? Who are these people? Or is it a mixture of men, women, and children? Who is the 144,000? David just say he was one. That's dangerous ground right there, boy. He's a bold guy, man, to say something like that.
So the 144,000 is written in the book of Revelations. Those are elect men in the last days that have not been tainted, or they have not been defiled with the woman. So from what was taught and how it reads is they're not literal virgins, but in spirit they've not been indoctrinated, or they don't have the mindset of the Babylonian whore of the last days.
All right, David, did you hear that?
It sounds a lot like what I just said, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't sound anything like what you just said. You're coming with tonight. You say you was one of the 144,000, and you said that these were single people. The scriptures doesn't say that. See, you're doing selective listening. The way that Yashabim explained that was totally different than what you said. Totally different.
King.
See, this is how you know when someone's really spiritually connected. These men, we're going to go into that. We're going to go into it. We're going to go into it to get clarity. So from what General Yashabim just said, Fernando, do you have an understanding of who the 144,000 is? Is it men, women, and children? Who is this 144,000?
Khan, from what I understand, what Yashabim said was that it's 144,000 from 1,000, 12,000 from each tribe, men that haven't been
Yashabin didn't say
indoctrinated.
anything about 12,000 from each tribe. But go ahead. That's not what he said. But the scriptures does say that.
Yeah, well, that's what I know. But from what Yashabin said is that those men are going to be men who haven't been indoctrinated with any of the like ideas, thoughts of women.
So are any of these women? And if not, why not? Because why is Eve saying she's equal to the men? Now, you understand that 144,000 is the elect of the Most High, right? These are his favorite people, in other words. These are who he chooses out of everyone in creation. You guys get that, right?
Con.
Why none of them women? That's rhetorical. I don't want you to answer that. I want Eve to answer that. Since she thinks she's equal to man. See, these are the things that you really got to look at when when you delve into these scriptures, man. Go ahead,
Con. Yeah, so the men just that haven't been indoctrinated, men that are men of the Most High, who pretty much know how to be masculine, who know how to lead, who know how to control the household. Of course, they got David and other people pretty much reading it as virgins, but how Yashabim said it is pretty much just men who haven't been indoctrinated with the thought process of women. This also goes into what you were talking about the last, I think it was Tuesday or yesterday actually, where you're saying what's men of Yahweh, set apart men who pretty much know how to lead, who know how to follow the scriptures, and that's pretty much going to be the 144,000 elect men.
All right. So, as they're saying, thumbs up as you come in the room on YouTube. We're gonna go ahead and move this over to Rumble. If you're still on YouTube, go ahead and move over to Rumble. The link's in the room. Hit the plus sign as you come in on Rumble. So as they were saying, when you read the book of Revelations, 144,000, there's 144,000 people. And these are all men. These are all men. And they have the name of Yahusha and the name of his father written in his foreheads. Let's start with that. Gadar, give me the book of Revelations 14, verse 1. Let's start with that.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him
Who's that lamb? Who's that lamb right there, David? Oh, it's not.
Mashiach.
It's taking him a long time to respond. Right, thank you. Go ahead,
Come. And with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
So this song is going to be sung, and no one's going to be able to recite this song but the 144,000 purified ones. None of these are women. Why are they all men? You guys ever think about that? What happened to Eurocentric equality? Why are they all men? What do you think, Jai? Men and women are equal, aren't they?
Everybody figure that out in the book of Genesis.
Why are they all men? It's interesting, man. What about it, Barak Shah? Where are they all men?
Khan, because before the Most High, a woman can't be trusted, since what she's done in the days of the garden, when she betrayed the Most High.
Well, I can't say that that's true about all women. The Most High trusted Rebecca. The Most High trusted Rebecca over Isaac. Because she was told that Jacob was supposed to get the blessing and not Esau. Edomites and a lot of worldly Negroes, Bible toting preachers and so on and so forth, they tell you that Jacob betrayed Esau. No, it wasn't. It was supposed to happen that way. The prophecy said that the elder was supposed to serve the younger. So there are times that the Most High talk to the woman. So let's not write all women off. We don't want to get the wrong idea here. Someone give me that in Romans. Give me the book of Romans, the 9th chapter. Let's prove all things. Give Romans 9, start reading at verse 2.
Come on. The book of Romans. Go ahead.
Come on. Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 2. That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were cursed from Christ. For my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
So there got a brother Paul. The apostle Paul said his brother and his kinsmen are Israelites. See, a lot of people trying to say Paul was for everyone because he spoke to the Corinthians and all of that. He was actually speaking to the Israelites in those lands in captivity, right? Let's jump down to verse 9 and get to the point. Let's jump down to the 9th verse and get to the point.
Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
His name is Sarah.
Sarah.
It might be that Bible that you're reading there. Go ahead, read.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahuwah according to election might stand.
So the scriptures is saying the reason that Edomites was created so that the Most High could show his purpose, that he had an election. The election is 144,000 men, purified men. That's the elect. Read on.
Not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Stop right there. You see that right there? So the prophecy, Barak Shah, was told to Rebecca, not to the man right here. It was told to Rebecca and not Isaac. Read that part again right there.
Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
What is that talking about? That's talking about Jacob and Esau. Even though Esau came out first, the prophecy said that he was supposed to serve his younger brother. This wasn't told to Isaac. It was told to Rebecca. And she made that come into fruition by making Jacob seem as though he was Esau so Jacob could get the blessing. Because in Israelite history, the elder generally always get the blessing and the birthright, the firstborn son. So we can stop right there. Let's go back to where we were in Revelations now. Let's go back to Revelations 14, verse 1. Kadar, keep reading down.
Come. I was at verse. Let me go back to 1. The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion.
The lamb is Hamashiach Yahushai. Mm-hmm.
And with him 144,000.
144,000 purified men. Okay.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads.
So the name of Yahuwah is written in their foreheads. Read on.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song.
What are the 4 beasts? What are the 4 beasts, I did? He said before the 4 beasts. What are you talking about? The things that's on the cover of the Jehovah Witness magazines?
Aren't those the ones who were put at every corner to when the time comes, to wreak havoc?
What are the 4 beasts, Benaiah? What are the 4 beasts?
Can't say exactly. Would it be the other nations?
No, the 4 beasts or the 4 world empires. Remember? The 4 world empires. The Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans. We're still under the Roman rule. America is an extension of the Romans' rule. Look at this FL Tucci and put in the room 144,000 families. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. See, that's why Eve ain't got no business with the Bible in her hand, huh?
Come.
And bringing folly over here. And they don't say nothing about no 140. See, that's the Christians. I'm going to tell you, man, unless you Christians repent, all of you are going to die. Christianity is nothing but witchcraft and demonic practices. That is not the truth. So those 4 beasts, we read that again, Kadar, that represents the 4 world empires. The 4 nations that has actually ruled the world.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth.
So they redeemed from the earth. These men has actually been redeemed. They got redemptions from the earth. They're going to be taken first, man. Read on.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Okay, stop. Now, a lot of people that don't understand this spiritually will read that like David did. Oh, these men are single. It doesn't mean that. It means that their minds has not been defiled with feminist doctrine. These are not sent men. They have not been told what to do by women. They're not taking influence by women. You see, these are real men.
Okay.
Their thought process hasn't been defiled, nor is it influenced by a woman. Oh, no, baby. No, you sit your ass down. It don't mean that. I rule this house. Those kind of men. These are the men that the Most High dealing with. These are men of the Lord. They don't care nothing about your damn feelings. They're just interested in the truth. And they don't want to hear nothing about no damn equality. Because the Most High is not dealing with that. If he was dealing with equality, he wouldn't choose 144,000 men. Now read.
For they are virgins.
For they are virgins. That means they have a virgin mindset. That doesn't mean they haven't had sex. Because you know that 144,000, the Most High is dealing with 12, right? He's dealing with 12. He's dealing with the 12 tribes of Israel. And he's dealing with the 12 disciples first. He's dealing in 12s. Go ahead, read.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
So wherever the Most High son, Hamashiach, goes, they follow the Lamb. God.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the supreme Elohim and to the Lamb.
Well, you know how the Most High cherished first fruit, man. He cherished the first fruit. God.
And in their mouth was found no guile.
Then nothing wicked, nothing unclean, no guile. The alcohol takes you out of it, David. You're full of guile. What is guile? In their mouth was found no guile. What is guile? Anyone? Someone going to define the word guile. There's nothing unclean in these men.
God.
They were redeemed. That means they got redemption.
Sly or cunning intelligence.
Yeah, see, that's what David was coming with. He was coming with demons. Sly and, well, no, these men are the untouched. Just say you don't know, brother.
Okay.
Well, he loves to be out front, boy. That boy loved that spotlight. One thing I don't like is a spotlight, because I already got light. Go ahead, huh?
For they are without fault before the throne of Yahuwah.
David without fault? These men are out without fault, man. These men are not sinning at all. That.
And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice,
okay, stop.
Come.
See, what does that mean right there? Someone explain that to me. Why is he preaching to every nation, tongue, and kindred? Why? Everyone's going to be saved then, right? That's how the Christian preachers tell it. What does that mean? That's what they say, huh? Oh, you see right there, Tyler, like I got your ass. Everybody's going to be saved. That's what they say, huh? So what is that talking about? Read that verse again.
Con. Verse 6, Revelation chapter 14, verse 6. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred.
Why is he preaching to every nation and kindred? But now you're calm, right? Why is he preaching to every nation and kindred? Where's Nefertari? Is he back with, what do they call him? Yahweh Ben Yahweh and them boys?
Oh,
the prisoners
man.
that he be running with? Nefertari, you back over there? Where's Nefertari, man? He's back on that Yahweh Ben Yahweh type thing.
He's not too far from here.
Why is he telling them to preach to every nation and kindred here, man?
Because it says that the gospel has been preached throughout the whole land before Mashiach comes back on the cloud, riding on a horse.
That's true, but that doesn't tell us why. You just recited what this is saying. You didn't say why. See, David, you're not paying attention here. Does that tell us why?
Want me to answer it up?
Good.
It's because the nation of Israel has been scattered on the whole four corners of the earth.
There you go.
Okay. I knew it when I heard it. Thank you.
That's it right there. That's it. Someone give Matthew 15:24. Let's prove this. Matthew 15:24.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Yasharallah.
Read it again. This is the only nation Hamashiach said he was sent to. Read it again.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Yasharallah.
Give me Matthew 10, verse 5 and 6. Watch this. Watch this.
Con, book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Don't go to Nicholas Carefoot. Don't go to Cody. Go ahead.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Why do you call him lost sheep? Because he was a shepherd, and the nation of Israel is the sheep, and they was lost. So they had to bring him this truth. Now, why, towards the end of his mission, was he telling them to go into the whole world? Because when we read the end of the book of Matthew, it says, go you and preach this gospel to the whole world. The same reason that Kadar just said. Let's prove it. Get James 1, verse 1. Because we got scattered all over the world. Get James 1, verse 1, and someone give me the book of Luke 24. Luke 20 and 24, I think it is.
Con.
Get James 1, verse 1 first. Watch this.
Con. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahuwah and of Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
Okay, read it again. The 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, meaning over the whole earth.
Con. James, a servant of Yahuwah, the supreme Elohim, and Yahawashai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
Con. What is that? Keep hearing it. Luke 21, 24. Watch this. See, the reason he has to go to all nations now is because you got scattered amongst all nations. You're everywhere on the four corners of the earth.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captive into all nations.
Into what?
Into all nations.
See that? Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be trampled underfoot by the nations
by JD's people. Go ahead.
Until the times of the nations are concluded.
Until the time of the JD's people has been fulfilled. So we got scattered into all nations. So in order to save these people, where you got to go? You got to go into all nations. Everybody see that? See, one thing that's very helpful to remember when we're talking about 144,000 is revelation is that the number literally means things sometimes in different scenarios, right? Revelation is a Greek word. Revelations in Greek is apocalypse, right?
Right.
It means to reveal the things that someone give me Revelations 1 verse 1. Let's prove it. It means the things that's going to come to pass. It means to reveal. It's painting a picture.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Hamashiach Yahusha, which the supreme Elohim gave unto him, to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant Yakanah.
So the 144,000 represents the 12 tribes of Israel. You can't forget the 12 apostles. 12,000 from each tribe. They're marked with the seal of Yahuwah on their foreheads. What does this show? This shows us that they bow to the Lamb and to his Father. But in contrast, certain people is going to be marked with a mark. There he is right there in the background. There is Yahweh's been Yahweh's son, Nephtali.
Oh.
So, but there's another mark. See, the 144,000 is going to be marked with the seal of the living power, Yahuwah, in the foreheads. There's another mark. The mark of the beast. And that mark is going to appear into those that do not belong to the Lamb. Everybody understand that?
Come on.
Let's get that. Revelations 13. Revelations the 13th chapter. See, a lot of other people is going to be marked. They don't belong to the Lamb. His number is the number of a man. Revelation chapter 13.
Come on. So like a good.
Listen, we're gonna have to get organized on this, man. Probably I should just have 2 readers, man, because people keep clashing it. That's how we do it on the streets, man. You get 2 readers, and everybody else is just studying and going along because there's too much clashing here. Revelation 13. Verse 8.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world.
Mm-hmm. It's not the one that I really wanted.
You want what was that? 14:9.
Yes. That's it. 14:9. Come on.
The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahuwah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
See, this is in contrast to those that follow the Lamb. Let's go back to Revelation 14, verse 1. He said, then I look and behold on Mount Zion.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked and saw a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written upon their foreheads. And I heard a voice out of the heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps. And they sang a renewed song.
That voice right there is going to make Yashabin's voice sound like Mickey Mouse.
And they sang a renewed song before the throne, and before the 4 living creatures, the 4 living beasts, and the elders. And no one was able to learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. They are those who were not defiled with women, for they are maidens, virgins. They are those following the Lamb wherever he leads them on. They were redeemed from among men, being first fruits to Yahuwah and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no falsehood, for they are blameless before the throne of Yahuwah.
So in their mouth is no lies, and these men are blameless. Yeah, David said he's one. Okay, now when we read on from verse 5 forward, it starts talking about the message of the three angels. Let's read that.
Come. Verse 5, and in their mouth was found no falsehood, for they are blameless before the throne of Yahuwah. Verse 6, and I saw another messenger flying in mid-heaven, holding the everlasting Besorah message to announce to those dwelling on the earth, even to every nation and tribe and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahuwah and give esteem to him.
Yeah, fill your wood and give him glory, because that hour is coming. You know.
Because the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made the heaven and the earth, and sea and fountains of water. And another messenger followed, saying, Babel is fallen.
When it says messenger, it's talking about angels. Angels. Yeah.
Babel is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her whoring.
This is not talking about ancient Babylon, my head. This is talking about a modernized Babylon. Babylon was the greatest, most powerful nation on earth. It goes without saying who that is right now, because of her military strength. God.
Verse 9, and a third messenger followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark upon his forehead or upon his hand, he also shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahuwah, which is poured out undiluted into the cup of his wrath.
So David liked to drink. Let him keep drinking. You're going to drink this wine right here, wrath. And it's going to put your ass to death. God.
And he shall be tortured with fire and sulfur.
That's what you want, David? You better straighten up. Now, we know you've been sipping again. We know you've been sipping on juice and gin. Every time you come on, we're going to start playing Snoop Dogg's Juice and Gin. Gin and juice. Because we know you've been sipping. God.
And he shall be tortured.
Why wouldn't y'all say that?
You just can't stay away, huh?
Well, why won't y'all say other things? Why do y'all see the bad things in me? How come you can't see that I have the mark of my
Here we go.
He's back in that state again. He doesn't want to be rebuked. We're not going to hold you up in your folly. What I'm going to tell you is you're going to get deaf if you don't change. That's what I'm going to tell you. You never really change, because to me, to change something means you never go back to it. You go and get a temporary, like these Eves do out here, and they call it perms. And this way their hair go back to being nappy, because it's really a temporary.
Cool.
So you go on a temporary vacation from drinking, and when you go back, you go hard. And all of us could tell you're back on that bottle like a bait. Go ahead, huh?
And he shall be tortured with fire and sulfur before the set apart messengers.
And that's what's going to happen to you, David, if you don't repent and stay away from that thing. Most High hate that thing, man.
And before the Lamb. Verse 11. And the smoke of their torture goes up forever and ever.
That's David's body burning forever if he doesn't repent and stop trying to come with this folly, man.
And they have no rest day or night.
You're not going to rest at all, David. You're going to burn forever. If the fire starts going out, I'm going to put some coals on you, buddy.
To those worshiping the Behemoth and his
image. Your alcohol that you drink, that's going to spark it up, because you know that stuff burns.
Also, if anyone receives the mark of his name. Verse 12, here is the endurance of the set-apart ones. Here are those guarding the commands of Yahuwah and the belief of Yahusha. And I heard a voice out of the heavens saying to me, write, blessed are the dead who die in the Master from now on. Yes, says the Ruach, in order that they rest from their labors and their works follow with them.
Okay, stop right there. You hear that, David? The people that scoffing, man, the people that scoffing, they're gonna get deaf. They're getting deaf, and that's two-thirds of you worldly Negroes. That's why I was playing that song earlier. I'm talking about you worldly Negroes. You worldly Negroes to think you could outsmart the Most High, man. Then when you read on in that same chapter, it starts talking about the harvest of the earth. And so you see, look, behold, I saw a white cloud. Get that, Kadar.
The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having his head.
This is John the Revelator prophesying. If he say one like unto the Son of Man, he must have knew what the Son of Man looked like. This is talking about Hamashiach. Let's wake up Jacob tonight. God.
Having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle.
He's a king, man. He's returning to knock down every kingdom that's not of the nation of Yahshua Allah. Death and destruction is coming to these kingdoms, man. God.
And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
You hear that, David? A lot of Israelites are going to die, man.
Dang.
And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had the power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of Yahuwah. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse briddles, Salakia, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
Mm-hmm.
It's powerful.
Let's get what was that, Benign?
That's powerful. I just looked up what furlongs was. Eighth of a mile. So that's that's powerful.
So what did we learn from this? We learned in Revelations 14 and 13 that the 144,000 are the only ones that singing a new song. Revelations 14 verse 3. The 144,000 are the only ones singing a new song. Read that. Revelation 14 and 3.
The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
So when we read any other mention of the living creatures and the elders within the book of Revelations, they're in heaven. Revelations 5 verse 6. And Shemaiah. Revelations 5 verse 6 and Revelations 5 verse 8. Watch this.
The book of Revelations, chapter 5, verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahuwah, sent forth into all the earth. And he came, so like verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb.
So the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. The 24 elders are extremely wise men. They fell down right before the Lamb. Jump to the 11th verse.
Come, verse 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders.
Again, every time we seeing these beasts there. Go ahead.
And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, Salakia, and thousands of thousands.
Well, you got legions of angels right here. Verse 14.
Salakia, before you go on, because you just said the beasts were nations.
Verse 14.
Revelations chapter 5, verse 14. And the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever.
Let's go to Revelation 7, verse 11.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 7, verse 11. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped Yahuwah.
Revelations 19, verse 4.
Come. The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 4. And the 24 elders and the 4 living creatures fell down and worshipped Yahuwah, who sat on the throne, saying, Amen. Hallelujah. And a voice came from the throne, saying, Praise our Yahuwah, all of you his servants and those who fear him, both small and great. Shall I continue?
No. That's it. The 4 beasts, Revelations 5 and 6. And 1 in 5 and 6 was a lamb with 7 horns and 7 eyes.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 5, verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes.
So this lamb has 7 horns and 7 eyes. Revelations 12 and 3 is talking about a great red dragon that has 7 heads and 10 horns. We already know this is European Union. Go ahead.
Come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 3. And another sign was seen in the heaven, and see a great fiery red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on his heads.
Come on. Revelations 13, verse 11. This beast has 2 horns like the lamb, and it speaks like the dragon.
Come on. Revelations chapter 13, verse 11. And I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke like a dragon.
Come. Did we get the Revelations 13, verse 1? The leopard-like beast with the 7 heads and 10 horns?
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a behemoth coming up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads names of blasphemy. And the behemoth I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion.
Yeah, that's going into that right there when you read that, it's talking about the four beasts that was described in Daniel. It's talking about the four world empires. Go ahead and finish reading that thing out.
Water.
What was that?
Water. Thank you.
And his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power.
All right, read that thing again. Jordan, he kind of interrupted me.
And the behemoth I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his throne and great authority.
So the devil gave him his power. Who's this? This talking about the four world empires. Good dog, give me the book of Daniel's, the 7th chapter. These four beasts was mentioned in Daniel's. It was completed. When you read about the fourth beast in Daniel's, they never finished it. It was finished right there in Revelation. Watch this.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea.
The great sea is not talking about waters. It's representing a body of people. Read on.
And four great beasts came up from the sea.
Four great beasts came up out of the people, out of the nations of the world. Read on.
Diverse from another.
Diverse from another. Okay.
The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings.
Like a lion. Who's this represents? This represents the first world empire and Nebuchadnezzar, who's compared to the lion. Okay.
And had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked.
The wings was plucked. The Medo-Persians came in and took over. God.
And it was lifted up from the earth.
It was lifted up from the earth by the Medo-Persians, meaning it didn't rule anymore. God.
And made stand upon the feet as a man.
Made him stand upon his feet like a man. Remember, Nebuchadnezzar was punished. He was made to go and eat the wild grass like an animal. For thinking he was better than the Most High. Then he was made to stand back on his feet like a man. God.
And a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a
second world empire. God.
A second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side.
So this is the Medo-Persians. It raised up itself on one side. God.
And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh.
We kill all kind of people on the earth, and they became the second world empire. Read on.
And after this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard.
Okay, this is the third world empire. This is the first history of any kind of white nation ever ruling on the earth with Alexander the Greek. I'm not being racial, but I challenge white people to give me any kind of history that you have that dates back prior to Alexander the Greek. You cannot do it. It is not there. You have no history prior to that other than Esau. I dare any of your scholars or anyone to disprove anything that I'm saying right now. You can't. This is when they started to rule, and the earth has been exceedingly wicked since then. Now read.
Which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
Okay, the 4 wings represented the 4 generals that ruled after Alexander the Freak, who was a homosexual, by the way, died. And his 4 generals divided into 4 different kingdoms. Go ahead, read on.
The beast had also 4 heads.
The 4 heads represent those 4 generals. Go ahead.
and dominion was given to it.
That means they ruled the earth. The Greeks. What did they? They went and stole all Egyptian civilization and our civilization. They used to kill scholars. Now they're trying to pretend that they got the best scholars. Greeks used to slay scholars, philosophers. You have stolen history. God.
After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast.
A fourth beast. Now came in the Romans. This was the longest standing empire ever. God.
Dreadful and terrible.
This one was dreadful and terrible because it ruled viciously. They crucified people. Put them on crooks. Go ahead.
And strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was diverse from all the beasts.
And I got a question for you. Where's the General Yashbim and everyone else? Okay, why I say this was diverse from all the beasts, right? Because a lion is diverse from a bear. A bear is diverse from a leopard.
Bring it on.
Why is this beast so diverse from all of the others? Read.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Mm-hmm.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
That was the European Union, and that little horn represents America, which is the extension of the Fourth World Empire. Go ahead.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things.
Now, why is this beast so diverse? Can someone answer that for me? Why is this beast diverse? Oh, the other beast was diverse. What makes this beast so diverse? Huh? Kahan Benaiah, man. He's a priest, right? Oh, come on, man. Y'all must be playing, man. Where's the General Yashbim? Why is this beast so diverse? I mean, a lion is diverse from a bear, right? A bear is diverse from a leopard. Why did the Most High have Daniel right here that this beast was diverse, so diverse from the others?
That beast was stronger and lasted longer.
No.
Khan, that beast was Caucasian.
Come on, brother. Please tell me this is a joke. Are not Greek Caucasians?
Get him, Kahan.
Oh, no, let's not guess, man. Like I told David earlier, if you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't confuse other people that don't know. Didier has already given you the answer. He read the answer. Let's go back to the last precept that I gave you to read, Didier, in the book of Revelations. This beast was so diverse because it was a combination of all 4 beasts put together. It was never finished in Daniel's. It was finished in Revelations. Daniel never finished his vision. The Most High told him to seal up, and Daniel, don't you write no more. So the beast's vision was finished in the book of Revelations. It's beautiful, but you understand.
That's right. He's right. He's right. He's right.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast coming up out of the sea, having
watch this. Go ahead.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads names of blasphemy. Verse 2.
This beast represents the European Union. These are 10 kings. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the beast I saw was like a leopard.
Okay, stop. See, that's one, like a leopard. Remember, one is like the leopard. We read that in Daniel's. Go ahead.
And his feet were like the feet of a bear.
And he was like the bear. See? Go ahead.
And his mouth like the mouth of a lion.
And he was like the lion. You see? That made up those three other beasts. The Babylonians, the Medes, the Persians, and the Greeks. You see? That's why that beast was so diverse. He was a combination of all the three beasts prior to it. Only the Most High could have put that thing together like that, man. We done jumped all the way from Daniel's, and it didn't finish out until Revelations. Go ahead, huh?
And the dragon gave him his power
and
his
the
throne.
devil gave him his power. How do we know the dragon is the devil? Doesn't that tell us that? That old serpent?
The devil. Uh-huh.
Huh? Is that not talking about the devil? Talk back to me.
Come on.
So the dragon, the devil, this beast has his power from the devil, man. Come on, give me Revelation 12 and 9. Revelation 12 and 9, prove all things. I know you don't believe me. I'm a melanated man. They don't believe me, David.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was thrown out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan.
Okay, what was the dragon called?
Satan, the devil.
And he's breaking up. Read that thing, Kadar.
The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
Called the what?
Satan. Called the devil.
So what is it? What is the dragon, David? The devil is Satan. So Satan gave those beasts their power. Their power came from Satan. And we could prove this was talking about nations. Go back to Daniel's, give me 7 and 17. This is talking about men.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 17. These great beasts, which are four kings.
Four what?
4 kings.
These are talking about men, man. These are talking about world rulers. Go ahead.
Which shall arise out of the earth.
You see that? See how the Most High put this thing together, man?
Salakia, Jadil, remember we was going over that about that beast?
Come on, I remember.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's on point.
He is. He's right on time. Let's get it.
Yeah, I must have missed it. I have no clue what you guys are talking about, man.
We were over the we was talking about the beast, and he kept trying to say that it was the serpent, because he was thinking that when they say the serpent, or was the the serpent was the most crafty beast of the field. So right. he was under the impression that the serpent in the garden was an actual, like a snake.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Keep on. We're working on it. Keep it going.
That old beast. That red dragon also represents Edomites. It represents the beast that was standing before the woman to devour her child as soon as it was born. That represents Herod, the Edomite.
Sending out that decree, come.
Yeah, that plan to kill. When it says that the beast stood before the woman to devour her children, her child, as soon as it was born. The great red dragon. Revelations 12, verse 3.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 3.
Start at verse 1. Start at verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet.
Okay, this represents the nation of Israel. A woman clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet. Go ahead.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
That represents the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And she, being with child, cried.
She being with child, so this woman represents Mary in the nation of Israel. She's with the Christ child. Go ahead.
Travailing in birth and pained to be delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon.
Okay, this great red dragon represents the children of perdition, the children of hell, the Edomites. Mm-hmm. This red dragon right here is representing Herod, that tried to have the Christ child put to death as soon as he was born. God.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Okay, now let's go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. This is talking about Herod when he planned to put the Christ child to death. Matthew 2, verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 12. And being warned of Yahuwah in a dream.
Let's start
3.
7. Let's start at verse 7.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. When they had heard the king, they departed.
Okay, go down to verse 14. Now, he tried to deceive them, but he wanted to know when the Christ child was born so he could kill the Christ child. So he gave an order, just like during the time of Moses, to kill all babies 2 years and under.
Matthew chapter 2, verse 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt.
And this is talking about Joseph. The angel came to Joseph. Read verse 13 so they can get the understanding. Actually, verse 12. Start at verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 12. And being warned of Yahuwah in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of Yahuwah appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt. And be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
Okay, now let's go back to Revelations. Read that again. So Matthew 2 and 13 collaborates with that dragon ready to devour the child as soon as it was born. And someone give me Genesis 3 and 16. We're going to see that Satan has a seed. And this seed of Satan are the children of perdition, the children of hell. Yeah.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 4. And his tail draws 1/3 of the stars of the heaven and throws them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was about to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's good. That's good. That's good. So now we understand this is seen in Matthew 2 and 13. Now let's go to Genesis 3 and 16. What Satan has a seed. And Herod was one of the children of perdition, the children of hell.
The book of Bereshit, Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Actually, 15. Read verse 15.
Come. The book of Bereshit, chapter 3, verse 15. Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Between Satan and the woman, God.
And between thy seed and her seed.
So Satan got a seed. You see that? Satan between thy seed and her seed. Who's this seed? It's the children of perdition. The children of hell is spoken of in 2 Thessalonians. That's Satan's seed. You call them Edomites. The scriptures say vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. Meaning they was created for nothing but destruction.
Come on.
You trying to get them to love you. They're going to kill you, man. They were blessed by the sword. That's a blessing. Esau was blessed to be a murderer. Get the book of Genesis 27, verse 40 to prove all things. I can't make this up.
Preach it.
Come on. The book of Bereshit, chapter 27, verse 30. And it came to pass.
27, verse 40.
Salaki. The book of Bereshit, Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And by that sword shall thy live. He was blessed to be a killer. This is why he loves going to war. This is why there's endangered species. Because he just kill and kill for the thrill of it.
Come on. I got that 2 Thessalonians up.
Blessed by the sword. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no one deceive you in any way, because the falling away is to come first, and the man of lawlessness is to be revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Elohim, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as Yahuwah in the Mishkan of Yahuwah, in the gathering of Yahuwah, showing himself that he is Yahuwah.
Come. So it says, let no man deceive thee by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. That means the whole nation of Israel had to fall before this truth come. And that man of sin be revealed. That man of sin. See, Hamashiach knew he was a devil way back during that time. The son of perdition. The son of hell. Who opposeth and exalts himself above all that is called Yahuwah. You can read that in Obadiah 1 verse 1. Or that worship so that he as Yahuwah sitteth in the temple of Yahuwah, showing himself that he is Yahuwah. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things? So they go Hamashiach talking. For the mystery of iniquity doth already walk. See, it was a mystery back then, during the times of the Greek and Romans, that the Edomites was the children of the devil. It was a mystery back then. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So Hamashiach is letting them rule. Only he that will letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed. So now is the time to reveal that you're the wicked, you're the devil, you're the children of perdition. This is where there's so many Israelites raising up, say, aha! That's what Eve's going to walk up and say. Eve and you, Uncle Tom Negro, is going to walk up and say, ah! Oh, it's the devil. Damn. It's going to be too damn late because we're going to crack your damn skull also.
That's right. That's right.
Real talk, huh? They're going to wake up and say, oh, damn, Esau is the devil. You can't make that was made crooked straight. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. See, they're being consumed with the spirit of his mouth. That's us prophesying right now, exposing these wicked bastards for what they are and who they have actually been in this world.
Cain, brother, Cain.
Wicked.
He's telling you the truth.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Come. He's going to destroy him on this second coming. That's when your time is up.
Come on.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. He didn't say it is written. Don't blame him.
Written. I'm just quoting what the book says. See? It's right there. You see? Becky that came on here last night, man. So you might be with a J. The scripture said the Most High is going to separate you on the last days. And you can call him a nigga. I'm serious, huh? The scriptures say that. In the book of Yeshaya. Most High say, they shall every man return to his own people. See, it's going to be a time of separation. You don't, this stuff is not in the Bible just for conjecture, man. It wasn't just sected. Most High is going to separate you, man. Or you interracial couples, you're going to be separated. Understand that. Barak Shah don't get that spirit of the white Edomites out of his blood, man. The Most High is going to put him to death too, man. Because the Most High is not tolerating none of that, man. Real talk. Most High is not tolerating none of that, man. Get Revelations 13 and 15. Someone get that. Revelations 13 and 15, man. They're going to fall by the sword, man. And every one of you join on to them, man. You hold their hands. You want to hold hands with Becky? She was on here. Oh, yeah. Well, I got a mixed choice. Well, the Most High is going to separate your ass in the last days. Understand that.
Come. The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause.
No. Yeshaya 13 and 15.
The book of Yeshaya, chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Every Edomite that is found will be thrust through. Every Elam, welcome to my hotel, you're going to be thrust through. Understand that. Understand that. Go ahead, read on.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Every one of you that's married to them, you're going to die. Read that thing again so they can get it. They can see I'm not making this up. You're going to die, boy.
Con, the book of Yeshaya, Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 15.
That's why they don't like the Bible. This is why they want to do with the Bible, man. They know this is not their book, man. Esau's been trying to get rid of this Bible for years now, man. You use it as a weapon against the people that it belongs to by dumbing them down. But now, your priest got the Bible now, and you in trouble.
That's right.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
See that? That's all you that want to marry them, Barak Shah. I don't know, man. I just can't get rid of white women and pig feet. Well, Most High got something for you. Most High got something for you, man. Come on.
Go on. Read the next verse. Go on. Read the next verse.
Go ahead. Read the next verse. Give that man a little taste and he's gone.
The book of I'm going to read it. The book of Yeshaya, chapter 13, verse 16. And their children are dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses plundered and their wives ravished.
Wait. Now, y'all thought I was making it up when I said it 144,000. So I got it from the Bible, man.
Come on.
The verses come from the Bible. 144,000 the elect men.
Yahusha's wet band.
He said, oh no.
I mellowed it out. I mellowed the hook out, man. I mellowed it out. And the remix joint, I mellowed it out, man. God. Revelations 14, verse 1. Then I look and behold, on Mount Zion, stood the Lamb. Song should make a lot more sense to people now after tonight's Bible study. And with him 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written in their foreheads. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 Yahushua's weapon. 144,000 are truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not the foul but women. When that final trumpet sounds, that is the third woe. Judges would be slaves, also the Pope. For pedophilia, he swings on the rope. 2/3 would perish, broke Deuteronomy coast. White Jesus can't save it, Caesarea is exposed. Swords dipped in blood, reapers kicking in your doors. Your Edomite wife gets a life turned out. Mighty men of Yahuwah run up in your house. Ottoman Turks beheaded, not a soul will flee. Judgment for what you did in 1453. Constantinople, Edomites have no hope, bro. Wives getting ravished, husbands like, oh no. Santa's really Satan, pimped you like a hoe. Just scrambled the letters. Angel making it to heaven with your sons and daughters. Worshipping the devil, call Santa Claus. I bet my last bars, cause you're shocking or confuse most of your eating medium rare meat. Boy, you're not Esau. Catholic priests are creeps. A Kabbalah of freaks, mostly homosexuals. Alexander the Greek. Shema means listen when the Kahan speaks. Words of didactic, isn't it erratic? You trust these savages still cause you damage. Kwam Yasha, our royal family is sick from Satan's Christianity. Priests and preachers sucking little boys' dicks. Homosexual by nature, and Cameron's a bitch. 32nd of Deuteronomy. Don't want the truth, and then don't listen to me. The time draws near the second coming. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 Yahushua's weapon. 144,000 are truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not the foul but women. Not a part of the feminist takeover plan. Masculine, well endowed, speech strong like a man. Warrior, George Jackson, white women make with jackals. Job 30 verse 5, read down from that, bro. This history is heavy than pun and fat Joe. Destruction draws near 144. Boom, 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 death's knocking at your door. Women sexually sinning, will be burning and trembling. Play the horse, seduce wicked men. Government can't stop it. Chariots shoot rockets, Edomites #1. On our watch list, the hypocrisy is an atrocity. 144,000 of Yahuwah's seed. Kahan Tazaddah, 143,000. The best of men, bring death to them that act deaf and dumb. When I prophesy to him, too late to repent. Nothing can save you. Apocalypse, this is revelation. Final destruction. Will Yahusha save some? Obadiah say it won't be none. Eric gonna resurrect it. Owen policemen decapitate heads like Medusa. Play soccer with the head. America Vespucci. No sunshine. Dark day, black night. 144,000 really hear black Christ. 144,000 of elect men. 144,000 Yahushua's weapon. 144,000 are truly blessed men. These men are virgins, not the foul but women. Revelation 7 verse 4 says 144,000 of all of the tribes of the children of Israel were still of this group. 12,000 came from each tribe, with the exception of the tribe of Dan. 144,000 pure Come, brother, come. Come, brother, come. David Davis lit tonight, boy. 144,000. Is it David? David, are you there?
I'm sorry, I was I'm pushing buttons here. I'm an older person. Don't make us push buttons. How can I participate?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I thought when you played that song was, that's a new song. So you have to understand it is written that God gives his children a song. Someone pull that up on your little URL, on your little search engines there. And you'll see that what I speak is the truth. It's just the way I do it. So I like what I'm hearing, and I'll keep coming and hearing these things. I'll hear these things when I'm right. I'll hear these things when I'm wrong, because let me tell you something.
What about the worldly Negroes, David?
Well, some of those are my family members, and I wish and I pray and I hope that
the dog was singing about him now.
And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Remix. Worldly Negroes. They have the wall. When the spirit now I can.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
I'm talking to those worldly Negroes. Can't tell them nothing. Too big of an ego. Idle as rappers. Getting caught behind Rico. More to life than 10 commandments. How many you know? More to life than bust downs and dime hoes. More to life than Louis belts and Gucci clothes. Expand your thoughts. Past a 10-block city zone. Beefing over property you don't even own. Ready to shoot at ops while with us cops. Get away with murder. Eye for eye for Jake, but police brutality, you don't hear no burners. I'm my brother's keeper, speaking to another man's wife. Are you a cheater? Brother transgress against you. Speak up man to man. Man of Yahweh, that's how you stand.
I'm talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
True disciples of Christ, just birth hip-hop a future. Worldly Negro spit gibberish. Dilute your mind with pollution. Should be a crime. Each time a worldly Negro rhyme. In the Boreal, mommies be like.
Kahan tells the dog he's so cute though. We love you, Poppy. Te quiero mucho.
The man's wanna shoot, so I let him know. I'm not sweating your red. This is righteous rebuke, bro.
Tell the dog what set you claiming.
TDOC is neutral, Yahuwah's unit, and we're slinging salvation. When the spirit now, they look at us like spacemen. We speak truth to nations, haters keep on hating. Hip-hop heads are waiting, for our next album to fly like it's a second coming of Yahweh Shah. Worldly Negroes bust guns, believers look to the sky. Evil E's advertising pussy, less than in hissing. Want a high value man, but can't get this one. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, for all your upliftment. Worldly Negroes got paralysis if you're not feeling this, son.
I'm talking to you, worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote. Talking to you, worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady dealing poison to your people. When it comes to your brother, murder she wrote.
Worldly Negroes sling them things. Bad birds fly south for the winter and get banged. Sexually exposed on social media, man. A man gets bagged. The same chick he had is getting stabbed by another wealthy deadbeat dad. Homo thugs let their pants hang below their ass in gangs. Get locked up. His BM gets knocked up. Kane, that's the game. Better accept this truth. Stop chasing worldly fame. You can sell your soul, but you can't buy your way into heaven. Better repent before Amos 8 and 11. Forgive your brother 70 times 7. It's puzzling G how you abhorred me. Stand on squares and talk astrology. Why can't more see? No star as astronomical as me.
I'm talking to you, worldly Negro. This is a warning for say people. Steady.
Why can't Moors see? No star as astronomical as me. David, you remember that song? You was in Miami.
Dang!
Read it. I read them my lyrics today.
Kadar, help me. He looked at me and he spoke at me through a glass, and I heard him. I know there was a microphone there, but I looked at him when I heard their voice, and he helped me. See, this is what will happen to you, new people, if you can stick around.
Well, that baby's on the bottom.
Yeah, whatever. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to win by any means. So here's what we're going to do, young people. I want you to stay here. If you're drinking, let me tell you something. I wanted to ask my employer, can they get me some Narcan so that I can have it for these people. So who come there, because I work in the public and they need the Narcan. I'm like, oh wow. So let me tell you something. This is why I want you to
just rambling on, man. You can tell when he's on the bottle, man.
Come on.
Just rambling on, man.
Well,
you don't make any sense, man.
Okay, so
Revelations 13 verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Apocalypse, Revelation. Remix. Apocalypse, Revelations, second coming.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. What makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel.
Your Holy Spirit descended upon me in a dream. I witnessed biblical prophecy, demolishing Christianity, Islamic and all worldly philosophies. Alas, TDOC is debating. Government scholars with doctorate and PhDs. Truth crushed theology. Grab your swords, follow me. The beast with 7 heads arise from the sea, symbolically to 7 European countries. Defeated the beast, embraced the crown. The beast wore 10 crowns, 10 kings of European Union. The archangel Gabriel came down engage in the battle with evil forces all around. Massive bloodshed in the final war. Death to 2/3 of Negroes that held Cesare Borgia, Michael, and 144,000 proud men. Tempers arousing. Satan is warehousing. Sinners judged by the Son of Man. Bloody garment, swords in hand. The sun suddenly ceased to shine. The moon was covered with blood like red wine. 3 inverted number 9s equate 666 in the palms and on the forehead of those minds who fell victim to Esau's tricks. Revelations 19:11. Christ eliminating old Saint Nick, also known as the devil and the arch deceiver. Souls that used to ridicule and make mockery of Kahan Tazadak want to be believers. Inasmuch as you did not to the least of these, the Most High will not receive you. You've lived your entire life wicked and foul. Welcome to hell. Feel the apocalypse now.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. How it makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel.
Apocalypsis, 2/3 hit with death kiss. Last Nazarene we don't miss. Sword fully loaded. You walked away from this truth. Folded on your hoe. And expect to make it to the kingdom? Ha, think it's funny till them chariots come down. Wicked smiles turn to frowns when revelations is fulfilled. It's Yah's will that you hear these warnings. So take heed or be cleaved unto Satan's seed.
Apocalypse, got my clear. Apocalypse, got my clear. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel. Apocalypse, been revealed. Apocalypse, got my clear. How it makes me shoot straight and I don't miss. Ain't trusting in nothing but my Bible and my rifle. Ain't for the adversary, make them lean like the Eiffel.
Apocalypse, sun eclipse, 144,000 taken in spaceships. Men of the Lord, crush your whips. When that day hits, sinners get blitzed. True believers given the gift of superpower. Con, that's lit. Fast and pray. You move too fast and play games with your whore, like young bodies lay on the pavement. Judgment's nothing to play with. Scoffers will stare in amazement as their family and friends get beheaded. Too late for grace to save them. Can't wait to slay them. Should've repented and changed your ways, son of man, with sword in hand. Seen in the clouds, screams are loud. Disbeliever souls taken by demons now. This is Revelations. Every nation's filled the apocalypse now. Wow, pow pow, guns, modern day swords. Sinners in by men of the Lord, like prisoners in a whorehouse. We go hard, jack off them burners, hitting all of your apocalypse.
Like prisoners in a whorehouse.
You caught that, huh? Like, in the whorehouse, we go hard.
That second verse is raw. Come on. That whole second verse is raw.
See, that's the difference between the
It's
real
crazy. I
priest
just wrote
and
that
the
today,
Bible.
man.
No, the other priests didn't sing like that. The other priests, when they had the Bible, they were singing, "Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya." Now, the real priest got the Bible now, and the Bible says that he gives his children a song. We are sons and daughters of the Most High. I'm just trying to get my family members to come here and be led to salvation. And I'll keep going. I feel that they'll.
Your dog was literally leaning in that video, man. And he said that line, man. I don't know if I'm the only one that caught that, man. Damn, after you have something, make him lean. I said, damn, how the hell is this dude leaning over and not falling like that, man? You think back to the video, he's actually leaning over, man.
Oh man.
I'll make me shoot straight in the
Yeah, I'm saying, making it like the Eiffel.
David, and worldly Negro rubbing his arm.
Yeah. Shaking his head. He was in the rhythm though, huh? You what? Kept shaking his head, yes.
I was trying to indicate the color, but you guys knew that because you guys weren't making fun of me, and it wasn't funny when we were doing it because we're reaching people on different levels. See, people speak differently, and you have to reach them where they are. Hey, some of them are drinking. Hey, some of them are.
Quickly.
Some of them need Narcan. Some of them need
quickly.
CPR. So we have to reach them.
Well, this boy, he done slipped again, huh?
This is what we're here for, or at least that's what I'm here for. And I think that y'all should do that. So our next high holiday, we might have to bring some Narcan or something. Somebody have to have something like that. I work with the public, and I see people who need that every day. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this person. We used to have to worry about doing CPR. I got my EMS training and stuff like that. Now they won't give you mouth to mouth anymore. They got this little plug thing that they stick in your mouth and it covers your lips. I'm like, oh Lord, that's not enough air. So come on, listen. We're not here trying to solve all the problems of the world, but
he's totally different.
But these people, they need help, and I want them to come here. I send them here, and I feel comfortable sending them here. And you guys are doing good. I'm proud of you all, and I'll come to you. I'll come to you with open arms, and I'll bring people with me. I think I'm doing pretty good. And the people that I'm referring to you all.
You were doing good, David, then you slipped.
Yep. And here's what really kills me. How much do that? Why does the Holy Spirit do that? Now, calm down. So why do I get over something? Go back to something. Get over something. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get over this and go back to it. I don't want to do that.
You can't blame the Most High for that. Huh? It's your weak.
No, but I can sure ask him. And he don't answer me. And the closest answer I ever got. Now calm down. Now I got in trouble when I used this example.
It's totally different now, man.
Now calm down. I got this response when I had this problem before. And nobody's giving me an answer, but that's all right. I'm going to find it. Because when I start on something, I'm going to get the answer. Now, I might not get it today. But Paul said, why do I do what I ought not do, and what I ought do, I do not?
And then when he starts doing bad stuff, he always trying to use scriptures to justify his path.
See the Kahan say the same thing. He jumped right in there. But that doesn't help me when I'm going through it. Why do I do this? Why? I need to know why. I want it to stop. I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to come on here and tell 9 people, hey, I don't drink anymore. And then 2 weeks later, I'm drunk again. I don't want that. What do you think? I wake up and this is my plan for the day?
Which part of don't you understand? Which part of stop drinking don't you understand? Which part of that don't you understand? Which part of stop drinking don't you understand?
Okay, so I stopped drinking.
You can tell the difference.
Major difference, huh?
Yep.
Major difference.
He's much more combatant.
Yeah. And he talks without taking a breath, huh? Talks without even taking a breath. Without even pausing.
It's like words are coming out, but it's none of it is making any sense.
Boy, he get that high, boy. Can't come down, boy. That's heavy, man. You could tell, man. You can instantly tell when this guy's touched that bottle, man. It's like night and day, man. Wow. And he's been high since early this morning when I talked to him, man. You can tell when he's drinking. Totally different guy. Probably used to get drink and beat his wife, huh? Because you can see he's pretty violent when he's like that. Anyone have anything else, man? Wow. He doesn't even take a breath up. Between sentences, he's just going on and on. Wow. Then he's trying to blame it on the Most High. Whenever he gets that way, he blames it on everything except for him. Anything and anyone except for him.
Crazy.
What Job say? He said, how are we to take the Most High without, he thought it was going to be all good, basically. You're going to be tested. I mean, you're going to have, you got to be able to stand up. That's your own fault, Elder.
The scriptures literally tell us, when you're tempted by something, don't say that the Most High tempts you. Because the Most High don't tempt people. The scriptures literally say that.
Showing that verse, James.
Well, I'm not going to curse the Most High like Job did. Sheesh. Because what the Most High said.
Job didn't curse the Most High, Elder. He just understood that. He just understood that test was going to come. He continued to praise the Most High, even with all the afflictions that was going on.
And he asked him a question too. And the Most High answered that question. And he said, hey, Job, where were you when I created the heavens and the earth? Not unless I'm wrong. Okay, so I just want to know, like Paul said, well, why do I keep doing this? I need an answer for that. Paul didn't find an answer for it. And I don't think I'm going to find an answer for it. You have no idea how hard I've struggled not to do that. Because you guys only see, the worst part of it. And it's
like any other addiction, David. Like any other addiction.
Oh man, come on. Thank you for, not slamming me.
It's like a food addiction, whatever else, man. Sex addiction. People all got addictions of some kind. There's people on this call right now that has porn addictions, but they won't admit it. And so we don't know it, so we can't point them out. But they're here. They watch porn, which is forbidden. That's adultery of the heart, because you're looking upon a woman that's not your wife and you're lusting.
Can't do that. I watched that young guy. Yesterday he was on the channel and he didn't have a shirt on. And I watched him, for like about 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go. Listen, I taught you, Akiums, how to handle people who don't have no shirt on. You just have to say something.
I don't want to blow up the spot, David.
But I'm trying to help y'all. Let you know I'm with y'all, drunk or sober. So anyway, I'm telling y'all what to do. I'm the older person in the room. I'm sorry I drink. I don't want to drink. I want you to know, and it kills me I've been like this since I was since I went into the
Mine
military,
is delicious.
and the military didn't make it any, and the military didn't make it any better, because when I was in a life and death situation, alcohol was more present. But let me tell you something: there ain't no atheist in a foxhole. So I'm not trying to justify
You know,
it.
David Davis in the foxhole either, because he's going to run.
Where am I going to run? All these damn bullets, and I'm running. I know I can. You can't run. You can't run. Oh, but oh man, thank you, Gohan, for not smashing me and helping me make it through the end of this call, because man, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I'm going through the public life, and these people look like zombies. They really do. I know you guys go out in public and do what you got to do and go back home, but I actually work with the public, and I actually told a lady, "Ma'am, I can't give you your keys." She was out there, man. So, not, these are just examples. I'm not trying to justify anything, but it's bad out there, and I love that I could come and get the ministry, and I'm being with you guys, even if you're smashing me and correcting me. I love it. I need it, and I, 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 the words of my mouth are not meant to offend anybody on here. I need every single person on this channel. But I just want to always take a minute off, and I want to, reach out to that new person who's coming to the channel. Now, calm down. I'm not a professional, but I know how you feel when you're coming here, and you hear this, and you're like, this is too good to be true, kind of stuff, until I do something stupid, and then you hear things go crazy. But you came here, and I want you to stay here. I want you to keep listening. I want you to, even as bad as I am maybe coming across, I want you to be, at least reach this, because this is a place where I come, and they help me with their words. They don't pat me on my back. They don't agree with everything I say, and they help me. You can get help here. Now, let me tell you something. You are supposed to be here because you are a individual. You're individualite, I think they call it here. And this is where you're going to get your ministry, especially if you come around and get to meet them. Not like a meet and greet. We're going to have crumpets and whatever, because we're black and we meet and greet different. Now the con already told us about black, but this is where you're supposed to be. You are home. You can be vulnerable here. Just wear a shirt, and don't drink. Okay, you'll see the things that'll be corrected. They're not playing with you, and if you think that they just corrected me and that didn't hurt me or affect me or something, okay, well, that's because you're new. So I want you to stick with these people and become what you're created to be. Now, but they're not going to tell you what you're supposed to be. They don't give you no hidden answers, so you can pass the test. You have to come in here, and you have to, come on. I can't explain. I don't know why you're here, but I want you to be here, stay here.
I'll be up in the bathroom.
Keep going. Okay. So This so you
Don't
gonna
worry,
like
David. That was me talking to your side, trying to get his bone out of the bathroom. Every night he goes and try to paddle in the bathroom. Don't like to go to bed.
come on. That's what the Khan got a, his the Khan has a family. He has sons and daughters, and then he's spending all his time with us. Now let me tell you something. I always worked hard, and I don't know all my nieces and nephews' names because I went to work all the time, and I don't know all my nieces and nephews' sons and daughters' names because I went into ESOC system and worked 2 jobs, and now all these people's lives have went past me. That's bad. So if you're here, this is this is this is the place for you to come and calm down and listen to Benaiah. He's kind of unassuming, but if you listen, you, he's he's not loud. So you might have to listen to him. You have to kind of get a little closer to him to hear what he's saying because he's not loud yet, but he will be. And you have to listen to each of these akims. Each of these akims are trying to tell you something. And when I first understood the Bible, I replaced my name with David. When I read the book of um, David, and when I read the book of uh, uh, Saul, Solomon, oh man, when the Bible became real to me when I was able to put my name in it, when I was able to see me in it. And if you can't see yourself in any of these descriptions of the Bible, okay, well, okay. Imagine my surprise. Full stop on that. Imagine my surprise when I heard the Gahan call itself a star seed. I was like, what the hell's a star seed? Okay. Then I forward it out. Um, it's it's written. It's in scripture. Open up your Google URLs, and when Abraham was speaking with Hamashiach, when his name was Abram, and he spoke with Sarah, and Hamashiach told Abram that his wife was going to be with child next year. About this time, he said to this same Abram, "Your seed will be like the star." So now the Quran comes in and says he's a star seed, and we don't understand what he's saying. So, so what you want to do? If you're new, the only way you can listen to this is if you read the Bible. That's the only way. There's no new people here who is going to keep coming back. They don't have some kind of relationship with the Bible. Now you can stop me where I'm lying. Oh, okay, so this is your place. This is where you're going to get your ministry. And ministry kind of it's not like the Christians, kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. It's not like that. Ministry is like, hey, you've been I'm drinking. We know you've been drinking, and you need to knock that off. And you be feeling some type of way because you thought they didn't know, kind of thing. So please stay here, male or female. In the beginning, in the book of Bereshit, wait, that's not Bereshit. That's the book of Genesis. Male and female created he them. Now, calm down. You are a spirit, period. You're a male spirit or you're a female spirit. Hey, if you worship the Creator, You must worship him in spirit and in truth. You're typing this in right in your little URL. Because I'm not like the command. I don't pull up all the scriptures like that. That man just ran me through all the scriptures, and he cut me along the way. Plus, he answered my questions about the nations and the beast. See, he's going to bring these things out that we just read when we were reading the Bible. And he's going to bring them out. He's going to make them real. He's going to bring it up, and he's going to make it real. And then you're going to find out you're right. But you're just by yourself. The Quran says, don't be caught without your nation. He showed us a couple examples of that. Problem is the conditions that we were experiencing at the time might not be, really conducive to, learning experience. But he teaches us under every experience that we're under with him. Everyone. I've never been with him and didn't learn something. And I've been with him today and learned something. And I've been doing this longer than he has because, technically I'm older than he is. I'm like, hey, I'm going to pay attention to him. So, pull up those scriptures, read them at your own leisure and stuff like that there. Because if I start pushing buttons and try to pull up scriptures, I still got the last one that we were working on present. I shrunk it. So 50% because I want to get on the screen. Isaiah chapter 13. So he'll help you do what it is that you're created to do. He's not trying to get you to do something that he created you to do. He's not trying to make you a Frankenstein monster. He's just trying to be a messenger to help you. He said earlier, a messenger is an angel. Imagine your surprise if you find out that he's no longer with us and he was an angel and flew off. And hey, the same thing happened when Hamashiach was here. The same thing happened with Moses. Now you can stop me if I'm offending you. You all love the Most High. That's why you're here. We're going to learn and we're going to grow together. And our words may, kind of chop each other up or something. But what I like about us is it doesn't last that long. We still keep coming back. So we're supposed to be here because we're drawn here. So this is how he talks to us. If you're new and if you're, blah, blah, blah. I hate to commercialize, but you're drawn here. This is where you were picked. The Khan didn't pick you. He got 48,000 subscribers, and you're here. Yeah, I don't know. How did he pick you? Okay. So he got family. So I want you to support him. You need to send that man $1. Just send him, help him support his family, so he can come and be with us. And like I hate to repeat, because you already be like, oh, he's been drinking. So I know what that's like because drunk people say things over and over again. Let me tell you something. If he's spending time with us, he's not spending time with them. And I worked all my life, 2 jobs, or a job and a relationship, and I really didn't get a chance to know my family. So the same thing's going to happen here. So you have to support him. At least he could, give him some food. He's going to learn like we learn. When you got teenagers, when it's time for them to eat, just, slide a plate under their door. Because they eat everything, anything. You feed them again 20 minutes later. They just eat up all your food. They're just like that. But I digress. So we have to support him. Hamashiach said he had food to eat that we know not of. So this is what he's trying to do. Now calm down. Now calm down. The man just told you he's not Jesus. I think he said that Tuesday or something. He don't think he's Jesus. There ain't no kind of Jesus complex thing going on. But this, he really, it looks. Let me tell you something. If he had been around before 2017 and told me this stuff, I'm like, if I had heard this when I just got out of the military, when I was all gun ho and get out of my way and work for the federal government and stuff like that, if I didn't know what he does, and if I had heard what he had went through and practiced that, oh Lord, my credit score would be 1,257. I wouldn't be trying to reach a credit score of 850. And it covers me on too much information. It's just too much information. All right, I could prove it. The next time we meet for the High Holy Day, I think the Kahan said the Feast of the Feast of Booths is next. Well, we're going to meet, 3 times a year, 4 times a year. So we have another a feast coming up. You know what I'm gonna ask him? I'm gonna ask him to look at my forehead and see if this mark I have on my forehead is the mark from the Most High. Because hey, if the mark I have on my forehead is 666, people can see it. So I want to go on to ask me. I want to ask the Kahan, it's this mark I have on my forehead. Make me part of 144,000. I wasn't playing when I said I thought I was part of 144,000. I always thought I had the mark of the 144,000 on my forehead. But so I'm asking. Last time I was with him, he had on this robe that said the tribe of Gad. I asked him, am I from the tribe of Gad? I want to know. I want to know, and you're here because you want to know. So you have to ask them questions, and sometimes you might not like the answer, but you got to ask them questions. But you also have to step up to the plate, and when he's not around, you have to do the Bible studies because he really thinks that people are having Bible studies when he's out on a mission, trying to make sure what we get is right. Because one thing I know about if you send somebody to the store for something, and if they come back with the wrong thing, they consider themselves doing you a favor, and they can't understand why you mad. That they'll bring you back the wrong stuff. So he went out and he does it, and he makes sure we had the right thing. But his heart was because I asked him, not the way I'm putting it out here, but his heart was, well, maybe they're having Bible studies. Well, not even maybe. He thought that you guys were having Bible studies when he wasn't there. This is this is who this dude is. I can call him dude, because that's my vernacular. But I got way more respect for him than that. So you guys, you have to do your individual thing. He can't keep doing it. What's going to happen if he's not here? What's going to happen to us? And you're already kind of up in the air about me, so I guess I won't be the elder that'll keep us two disciples of Christ going. What's going to keep us going? And out of all of us, if there's 12 of us, so one of us is going to be a Judas. Jeez. One of us is going to be a Matthew. sheesh, tax collector. How are we going to keep this going? So he's trying to help us. This is how the Bible explains the kingdom of heaven on earth. Well, there's a temple. It has an outer court where the priests take these sacrifices. The people who bring the sacrifices don't go past them. And then there's the inner court. Now, the inner court is where the people who took all the sacrifices and heard all the stories, like the Quran does, hear all the stories, and they come in there and they vent or whatever. Okay. And then there's the middle court. And in the middle court is the Holy of Holies, and then only one person goes in there at a time. So this is what the Quran means, about order, stuff like that. Kind of look at it the way it was, because here's what really kills me: the way it was in biblical times isn't the way it is now. Ta-da! At the end, it's going to be like it was in the biblical terms. So, because Hamashiach is coming back, the last thing he said, one of the last things he said was he came to fulfill the law. Oh, okay, so new people, sometimes I'm talking to the panel guys, and sometimes I'm talking to you guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep, going back and forth because, like, what's up with this thing? So, you just have to listen. All right, so we have to give Benaiah his props, and we have to listen to him. We have to give Kadar. He's the only person I know whose name starts with a Q. It seemed like it would just roll off my tongue, but it actually doesn't. We have to give Qatar his props. We have to give J. Deere his props. That's a very serious person, and I've probably seen him since 2017 laugh with a little less control, maybe twice. Okay. These are serious people. They are serious about this Bible. Stephon Ladon, he came right in. And one thing I learned about being in the kingdom of heaven is when you get into the kingdom of heaven, you're right where you would have been if you had kept going. There ain't no kingdom of heaven 101. When you get into the kingdom of heaven, you're in it. I can prove it. What's that guy's name? Ezekiel or Daniel or something. And he went up in his out of body experience or whatever. That's just a synonym, a synonym, or whatever, an acronym. Wasn't an out of body experience because he actually went there. And he was measuring the kingdom of heaven up there. Okay, that was one guy. And then the other guy was the one who saw the wheel within the wheel, and he didn't actually see heaven and stuff like that there. That's what these Akims are. That's who you're listening to. These are people who had experiences, and they're just where's my glasses? Hold on. Look like somebody came in. Look like the general came in there. Let me see. Oh, Fernando. Okay, Fernando. Fernando been around for a minute, and I was trying to use an example of my experience with Fernando at the last High Holy Days, and I was trying to explain it with the Khan, and I couldn't think of his name. I was like, oh, but I knew how to describe him, and once I described him. Now, calm down. I don't want to Khan, account for this type of moment, but that's what I remember about Fernando, because he's always there. He's unassuming. That's what really kills me about you young people, with all the power and the authority that you have. You can say something and it'll actually happen. And we don't do it because when I was young, I had the same problem. Um, Maybe also a bit different because I was kind of military and I understood if I said something, it would happen. But anyway, I digress. You would have been there. So anyway, Fernando, you have the power. It's given to you. You wouldn't be here if you were here, and if you didn't have the power and ability to stand and bear this kind of anointing, all these anointed people around you, and you still show up. That's power. Now, what you want to do is you want to take that power, and you just want to, use the scriptures. Speak the scriptures. I call my neighbor Jezebel. You want to call something what it is. The Kahan calls it aphasia. We have problems understanding words or something, but with young people like you can use the word of God. Just use it. Just say it. You'll be surprised how many people will will understand what you're talking about. Now with step one. Now here's what you do. Step one: when you're new, what you want to do is you want to right at the beginning, just like you're already doing it, but you want to let people know you know where you're coming from. So why we don't spend that much time um, bringing out what you're doing, because you established yourself when you came in. You came in right. You came in anointed. You came in with a purpose. So nobody really bothers you. Nobody really finds things that'll need improvement with you. And and the only thing that I wish for you is that the only thing that I pray for you. I don't know why all of a sudden today I'm talking about wish, but this is my prayer for you, is that you become perfect. Um, Open up your little URL, and you'll see it says, "Be ye perfect as He is perfect," or "as I am perfect," and type KJV after that. And I want you to understand that what you and Fernando are doing is perfect. But the problem is you're doing it in a imperfect world. Be ye in the world, but not of it. So you don't you don't understand that it's perfect. Nobody's going to tell you it's perfect. You have to come to rooms like this to find out what perfect is, and then you'll be more comfortable. And what the Khan is doing is he's being perfect as the Most High is perfect. That's why I can't really argue with him. It's perfect. He has he has instruction for everything. Just like you're like that. Stefan and Fernando and General Gasservini, and that very intense person, J. Deere. I'm not really sure how many times you guys have heard that you are perfect, and I just want you to know you are perfect. And I've seen imperfect people before. I'm going to a family reunion. I'm telling you right now, I probably won't see perfect people there. But if you guys are there when I go to the High Holy Days, I know that I'm with perfect people. People who are perfect as the
David,
Most High.
David.
Oh, it just went over again, didn't I?
Um, I think it's time that I shut this down. I got to a webinar tomorrow. David, the time has arrived to shut this down. I'm going to do a webinar tomorrow.
Shalom, Akims.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're going to say shalom, man. And we're going to say shalom to Yahweh Ben Yahweh's group, who usually joins in prison. Shalom to them also. Maybe some of them will wake up and get the truth. Shalom.